I am bringing, dude. Okay? Alright. Um, so, I guess, well, let me show you the backpack fully loaded before I start to, go over the gear. This is the backpack. It's a little bit overstuffed at the moment, but I kind of packed it in a hurry for this video. So the backpack is a Waymark Evolve 35-liter pack. It's frameless, so no back to it. Gets kind of sweaty, which is kind of a downside, but I mean, gotta save those grams, right? On the shoulder strap, I have a Hilltop Packs phone holder. This is the one that rolls down. So you just unroll it and stick your phone in. It actually fits a 1-liter smart water bottle, so that's pretty cool just to have that option. But if it's like really raining, I know that my phone will be dry and also easily accessible, which is super important to me. But yeah, and I guess I can kind of go over what's in the actual front pouch, and it'll definitely alternate as I hike. But to start off, I have some hand sanitizer and my Zoleo, and this is a satellite communicator, and it's like an SOS device, so you can call for help, and even in an area where you don't have service. But main things I use it for is texting family at home when I don't have service, and also there are really cool weather updates that you can get. So that's nice to have just when you don't have service, So, and then on this side I just have the this is the Waymark water bottle pocket. It fits a 750 ml bottle pretty good, but if you put in a 1-liter, it's kind of tight. So in here is just a 750 milliliter bottle. So right here I have, if you can see, this is my 1-liter smart water bottle with the sports cap. All of these have sports caps on them, just because ease of access. You can just flick it open, drink from it, and then close it up. But and here I have my 1-liter water filter. It's the Cat9 beef-free water filter, and I'll have links to everything in the description, hopefully, as well as the weights of each item. But it's my filter and also additional water storage in the bladder. So that's, we're already at 2.7 liters of storage so far. And if I really needed to, I also have this CNOC Vecto 2-liter, Vecto X 2-liter bladder. And the main difference between this and the X is that it's a thicker material and it is a little bit heavier, but I think for the extra durability it's definitely worth it. And on here I have this, I believe 39 millimeter, 40 millimeter screw top. I'm not sure exactly what the size is, but this screw top allows me to use the filter on that bladder instead, so that I could, it's kind of like a backup. If that bladder was to fail, I could at least still filter my water. So yeah, that brings us to 4.7 liters of water storage, which is kind of insane, because on the AT I never needed more than 2, but I did realize that I wanted to carry more storage because it doesn't really weigh anything and barely takes up any room. So I might as well have the ability to take it if I want to go dry camp in a spot that doesn't have like a water source, and also just for cleaning up, or you know, taking a shower on the trail. It's also definitely good to have extra water. It's always good to have extra water is what I'm saying. Don't get dehydrated. Make sure you got water for days. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So the next item, which I was thinking of not taking, but let's face it, I gotta take this. I mean, if any of you guys that met me on the AT last year, you know that this was a treasured item of mine that I used almost every night to start a fire, and it's just my beloved ass pad. How can I leave this at home? I'm definitely gonna take this one. We can go over my tent, which is strapped to the side. It's the Tarp tent Aeon Lithium, or Aeon Lee as they call it. It is around 20 ounces, and it's a one person, one vestibule tent. It fits me. I'm a taller guy. I'm 6'4", so this tent was perfect for me last year. I never got wet the whole 700 miles. I mean, come on, you get wet no matter what, but relatively speaking, I stayed very dry. The only time I had leaks was when I set up in a bad area where floodwater kind of like swooped into my tent. But if you get a good pitch and you get good campsite selection, this tent is amazing. And I never really needed like a bigger tent than that, so I'm very happy with this. Easton Nano aluminum stakes. And I lost one when I was on the trail, so I replaced it with a Z-Pax groundhog ripoff. Let's be real. It's my sleeping pad from popping, so this is a good backup, and it's great for like taking a nap while you're hiking, stretching, you know, just like a quick foam pad that you always know that you have just in case. In here is my Ditty bag. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a catch-all bag that you store electronics, toiletries, emergency stuff, repair stuff, just all your small items that you might need throughout the day. So we can go over that in a minute. I think I just want to finish up with the main items inside the pack. Alright, let's start from the top. So this is my rain jacket. It's the Montbell Versalite rain jacket. It's super cool. It weighs very little, like maybe 7 ounces, so a little bit heavier than the Frog Togs, but I guess my favorite things about it is that, and by the way, I 100% will take the stuff sack because it acts as a mitten, and that's really cool because you can, if you have like one trekking pole out in the rain, you can put on a liner, just a regular liner glove underneath this, and the liner glove plus this will cut the wind out. I mean, this is like a perfect little, you know, rain mitt. I'm not sure how waterproof it is, so I gotta test that theory out, but it'll definitely cut down on the winds, which will help keep my hands warm with those liner gloves. But the jacket itself it's nice. It's got these elastic cuffs. It fits me pretty good. It's an extra large, so it's definitely, I'm gonna get a lot skinnier, but it's fine. I'd rather have more space so I can put layers on. But and pit zips, totally one of my favorite parts about it because you can get good ventilation. But yeah, I'm not gonna fully go over it, just kind of showing you what that is. It's super thin, so I don't know how much I trust this thing yet. I guess I'll have to prove it on the trail, putting in all those miles every day. Next item is my bug net. This is, you know, it weighs nothing. It's good to have. Sometimes you just need bug protection, and this is what I prefer. This next item is my wind pants, and it's the Dynamo Montbell Dynamo wind pants. These things are like literally, it weighs nothing. They're like super thin. Um, they keep you super warm when you put them on top of regular pants. They cut the wind out. Helps keep you a little bit drier. I wouldn't say they're waterproof though, just water resistant. Um, so yeah, I mean, I definitely will be taking these, and I prefer these over rain pants, and I'll show you why right now. This is my Enlightened Equipment rain kilt or rain skirt, and you know, it covers your legs and also it helps you keep ventilated. So I think this with my shorts and the wind pants, or instead of shorts I'll just wear my regular pants, all those together will be a great amount of warmth for my legs. So the next item is my Decathlon 4-class MT100 synthetic jacket. This thing is amazing, and I prefer it over the down version because it's synthetic insulation, so even if it gets wet it'll maintain the warmth because the loft will hopefully stay lofted a little bit better than down. So definitely love it. I might send it home in the summer, but I don't know, it's just one of those items that I always want to keep because you never know when you need to warm up. You could just be really cold sometimes, especially in the summertime, because you don't expect to be cold and then you get cold. This is my Outdoor Vitals ultralight pillow, stretch pillow or something like that. I think that's what it's called. And I also put a shock cord so I can secure it to my mattress. Great pillow. I paid almost nothing for it. It was like, I just paid for shipping. It was $6 or something, and kind of cool to get a free item. So we'll see how that fares on the trail. I do not actually have any experience sleeping with it. Next thing is my Thermarest sleeping pad. Thermarest Neo Air X Lite sleeping pad. It is super warm. This is the regular size, not the large. And this thing is definitely, like, when you go hiking, everybody has this thing, and it's for a reason. Like, it's comfy, it's light, and it keeps you warm. So, and it's also, I would say, more durable, because if you compare it to the Uberlite or some of the other cheaper pads, this thing is hella durable. And the reason I went for the regular is just because, to save a little bit of weight, this weighs 13 ounces on my scale. These are just some liner gloves. They're running gloves that I found in Ross for $7. And they're super lightweight. I think they weigh an ounce each, so 2 ounces total. These things are super nice, super warm. They got these little grip things, so hopefully that'll help me grip my trekking poles better. So I'm gonna test those out. To be honest, I've rarely needed gloves when I went hiking, so I just tend to fold my trekking poles and put my hands in my pockets to warm up, to be honest. But if I need it, I have it. These are just my shorts, just some cheap Walmart running shorts. This is my gaiter for my neck, and definitely helps keep me extra warm. It's the Senshi Designs fleece, and this one, it uses alpha synthetic insulation, so definitely some new technology happening here. But this is the 90. They have like different warmth ranges, like they have 60, 90, and 120. I just kind of split it down the middle and took the 90. And this whole thing weighs 6 ounces, so it weighs nothing. It's breathable. I went for the kangaroo pocket just to, you know, throw some shit in there when I'm in town and I can't carry all my stuff. But the hood I'm not super happy with. I find that it kind of constricts my head a little bit too much, but I could see how this hood can be like a super lifesaver if I'm caught in like a storm when I'm in the Smoky Mountains. So I don't mind having it, but usually I just don't even wear the hood. And I actually forgot to pack one of my items, which is my Z-Packs fleece beanie. It weighs 1 ounce and it's amazing. It's definitely super thin, but it's really all I need. And I will be taking this stuff sack because it helps protect this when you put it in the washing machine. So this and this together is probably a little bit over 6 ounces, but who cares? I mean, I really don't mind. Quilt, which is Z-Packs Solo 20-degree down quilt. This thing is amazing. It is super warm, much warmer than my last sleeping bag, which was the Kelty Cosmic 20 down version. Mine weighs at around 18 ounces, maybe slightly over if you add the pad strap in. But I love this thing. It doesn't have a bottom to it, so it has a foot box, but it just splits down the middle, and then you can clip these two together. I'm sure you guys know about that, but the one downside to this bag is that it doesn't have a hood, so I'm a little bit concerned about my head staying warm when I'm sleeping if it's really cold out. But I think I'll be okay with the Senshi fleece and my beanie and my synthetic jacket. I think I got enough layers. So yeah, I'm really excited about this item because of how light and compressible it is. And it is going to be stored in the Z-Packs medium stuff sack with the Velcro. Not a fan of the Velcro, if I'm being honest. I like the clip-ons. Or the snaps. I like the snaps on my stuff sack. And that's almost it. I have my Nylafume pack liner just to keep my stuff dry. Is there anything else? Nope. That is it. The only thing I have not reviewed is, I guess, the clothes that I'm wearing right now, which this is the REI Sahara sun hoodie. I love it. It fits me so well. I got the X large version. The sleeves on the cuffs are just awesome. I love the holes. Just super comfy, super breathable. Much needed sun protection, for sure. And this is my Adidas baseball cap that I've been rocking since last year when I started the trail, and it's still going strong. But that's pretty much it. I'm just wearing some jeans right now, so I need to get my pants, which are just some Mountain Hardwear synthetic pants. My phone, which is the Samsung S23, and oh yeah, my Ditty bag. Let's kind of review what's in there. This seems to be, I think I'm good with, I think the one thing I've learned is how to choose the perfect Ditty bag items. Okay, there's a lot to go over here, so we're gonna have to keep this concise. But this is the Allfox 30,000 milliamp hour battery. This thing's heavy. And to charge that, I have my dual port Spigen wall charger, non-folding, so that kind of sucks to poke out. but it weighs 3.6 ounces, and it's 65 watts, so I can dual charge stuff, and if I want to just single charge, this thing is actually rated for 60 watts or 65. I think it's rated for 60 watts, which means that I can recharge the whole thing in, I believe, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Don't quote me on that, but I've went to McDonald's and recharged this, and time flew by just like that, and this thing was ready to go like super fast. It's one thing I don't want to compromise on is my electricity, because I want to be filming and taking photos and using my phone. I just love my phone. In here I have Gossamer Gear toothbrush, and it's inside of a Ziploc bag to keep it a little less muddy. And Deuce of Spades trowel, super lightweight. Got my sunscreen, which I should probably put in my front pocket. Just a low up sport. I got my Summit Suds powdered soap, super light. I have a pack towel that doubles as just like a cloth, a body cloth to wipe myself down. Extra Ziploc bag with toilet paper. Best item in here so far is the bidet. It's a Kulo Clean bidet, and what you do is you just put it onto a smart water bottle, and then you can use it to clean yourself up, if you know what I'm saying. On trail, just like that, and you fill this up with water, you just squeeze the water out. Super good stuff. Alright. Okay. And I have some tooth floss in here, and a freezer bag to hold everything in place. And here is my, I guess, repair / first aid kit. So the first thing is Victorinox pocket knife, just some Advil and Aleve tablets. Never know which one you might need. This is some DCF repair tape to fix holes in my tent if I do get a rip. Super crucial piece of gear in my opinion. An extra lighter with Luco tape wrapped around it. That's for blisters. I have a thread and needle from Z-Packs, just in case, you know, my backpack rips or something. I have like a major gear failure, I can sew things up. And then this is just some extra DCF tape. And this tape is for my sleeping pad, so that's just like patch tape, I guess, is what you would call it. And that's about it. Pretty minimal, pretty scary. But to be honest, I mean, I think with my hiking style and just being smart and avoiding stupid situations, I think those things will serve me well. The only thing I might add in there is like maybe some DEET later on when it gets super buggy, and like purification tablets for water, those iodine tabs, possibly. I could always pick it up later. I'm not really, you know, when you start out, you think that you need absolutely everything to live off for the next 50 years, but realistically you can just go to a road and go to a shop and get a lot of these items pretty easily on trail. So don't ever forget about that. But this is the NU25 headlamp, and what I did was I actually took the cord, I cut it in half and looped those through. It still fits my head amazing. It actually fits better because I have a big head, and the old version would just tighten my head because it wasn't big enough. So with this, it I don't feel it as much. It's kind of a perfect fit, and I don't really need adjustability. I could just retie that knot and I'll be fine. But this is a great headlamp, and definitely I definitely recommend that. And that's about it. Just got some cables, some my Skull Candy headphones, some adapters and stuff. Super unimportant, honestly. But those are the essentials. Those are the main things. And the one thing I haven't discussed is my food bag, which I will get to now. So, alright. The next part of my kit is my food bag. So let's start with the bag itself, which is, as you can see, that's a picture of me and my friend Piper, who I met on the AT. Kind of became best friends, but I should probably hit him up. We haven't talked to each other in a while. Hopefully he'll come out and give me some trail magic. The thing in my food bag is my pot, which is the Tokes Titanium 750 milliliter pot, I believe. 700? 750. You can barely read that. It's all faded. I absolutely love this thing. It's got so many memories. I wanted to go stoveless, but it just, I don't know why I can't leave this thing at home. I just want to be able to boil water just in case, and maybe it's also a backup purification method in case my filter stops working. So I'm gonna definitely take the pot and the stuff sack. I do like this, as you can kind of use it as a sponge to clean up with, something I learned from Snail Guardian on the trail. But Dutchware plastic food bowl. This thing is awesome. It weighs nothing. You open it up and you could eat from it super easily. It's just nice to have another utensil to eat from, like not utensil, but another container to eat from, because sometimes you don't want to put food into the pot. It's kind of more annoying to clean. But then right here I have another treasured item of mine. Drum roll, please. It is my Tokes Titanium stove. This thing is awesome. It weighs an ounce when you include the stuff sack. Great item. I mean, it almost doesn't make sense for me to leave this just to cut on weight. It weighs so little that, you know, I like having the option to pick up a canister in town and then pack it out so I can cook some meals for myself, just depending on how I feel. In general, I want to be cold soaking for when I start, just to try to cut on fuel weight. So I'm gonna be cold soaking 2mm Z-line or something like that. But it's 50 feet. I have the carabiner to hold it up, and this is just some crappy carabiner I got from Walmart. And then my trusty old Tokes spoon, alpha aluminum spoon or something like that. I don't know. It's a good spoon. Yeah, and that's my whole food bag, and I'll fill this up with food, and that way it wouldn't be that empty. But right now I don't have any food to put in it, so it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And what I like to do in general is I will a lot of times store this in here, and then close this up, put that in there, put it up like that, cinch it down so that all my food and cooking stuff is in here. Besides for the spoon, I just kind of chuck it in the bag, and then it's always an adventure searching for it because it gets lost down there. yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching my crazy first YouTube video, and I hope I wasn't too weird and awkward like I tend to be, because it's weird. It's weird uploading things to the internet to a bunch of people I don't know, but I mean, let's be real. The people watching this are probably like friends I met on the AT, and but yeah, I mean, hopefully some new people that are interested in through hiking will see my gear list, and maybe it'll inspire them to try to cut on weight, and while at the same time thinking about the things that really make them comfortable on trail, which is super important. You definitely want to stay within your comfort zone and not go too crazy too early. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty dialed in with these gear choices. I'm sure some things will fail and some things will be replaced by a better option as I go, but that's all part of the learning process. And being that I hiked 700 miles on the AT, I think those 700 miles have taught me what I need and what I don't need, and the price of carrying too much weight on my back, you know? You don't want to hurt yourself, you don't want to get injuries in your knees or ankles, or, I mean, a whole manner of things can happen. But that's why you gotta keep it lightweight and keep it simplistic is really the best part about it, is don't have too many items that overwhelm you and that you have to keep track of. So, I hope that all made sense. I did leave out one other thing, which is my trekking poles, and they are the Black Diamond aluminum cork handle ergo trekking poles. They have the ergonomic grips. Those things are great. Unfortunately, I was too lazy and I left them in my closet, so I don't have them here. But also something that I will not leave home without is definitely those trekking poles. They're just so important. So yeah, all right. I hope you guys got something from this video, and I hope next time, it's hard to like do this whole like YouTube thing. It's weird. It's like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. Like, I don't know. It's just like not me. Maybe not yet. Maybe that's me in a year from now. I just think it's weird, and I'm making this video kind of for myself as well, just so I can review it and see what I like and what I don't like about my own gear.